This is the Fifth Estate, coming to you from the Fort Hall School of Government in Nairobi City and Professor Mutahi Nguni. This Sunday, we will reveal the truth behind abductions. But before we do it, I will pose a question that my law professor put to our class. It was in the form of a puzzle. Once upon a time, 5 adventuresome students went on a dangerous expedition. As they were having fun and daring fate, a major landslide happened, and they were all buried in a cave with no route of escape. Hungry and cold for days, they had no chance of survival. In this state, the students had to make a serious decision. They had to kill and eat one of their colleagues. This was their only survival strategy. And so, they cast a lot to select the student to be eaten. The lot fell on student number 5. The other 4 students overpowered him, killed him, and ate him raw for days. 10 days later, the remaining 4 students were rescued. But they had eaten their colleague, and it was a criminal offense to kill and eat a person. They were charged in a court of law. But the question raised by my professor was this: did the 4 students commit murder, given the circumstances they were in?
This is known as the case of the Spelancian explorers. If the 4 students had not eaten their best friend, they would be dead. And because they ate a student, they lived to see another day. However, after they survived, they had to face the law. And the question was, under the circumstances they were in, were they murderers? This question was posed before a number of judges. One side of the bench declared that the law is the law is the law. Whatever circumstances the 4 students were in, they killed and ate their best friend. They must therefore die. The other side disagreed. They were led by Justice Foster. His argument was simple. He declared that when the reason for a law ceases to exist, that law ceases to exist as well. If you are buried in a cave with your best friend, and your best chance of survival is to eat your friend, which is illegal, you must be judged differently. In the case of the 4 Spelancian students on the verge of death, the law became irrelevant. Justice Foster acquitted the 4 students who lived happily ever after. The fact that they ate a student who was their best friend was declared irrelevant by the courts.
Now we turn to the truth about abductions. Gen Z revolt of June 25th was a civilian coup. Parliament was invaded and set on fire. Fact. Innocent young people died as the state protected its staff. Fact. Even the military was called in to defend the constitution against this uprising. Fact. It was a civilian coup. Perpetrators were arrested to get to the bottom of the mayhem. Had they committed a crime? Yes. Was it out of necessity? Yes. Were they released and acquitted? Yes. Like in the case of the 4 explorers, when the reason for a law ceases to exist, that law ceases to exist as well. This is why those abducted activists were acquitted. But the case of Justin Muturi's son is an exception. The country has kasongoed Ruto over the abductions, and Muturi has accused NIS of doing it. Yet, the country has not posed one question. Why was Leslie Muturi abducted? What was his crime? But this is not even a good question. A better question is this: was this abduction legal? And the answer is a resounding yes. ATPU is authorized by law to arrest any suspicious threat to national security and detain them for only 24 hours. Leslie was detained for only 20 hours within the law. And so we ask, where is the problem?
I do not know about you, but what I sense is that the country is in a state of national madness. Nothing makes sense in this Kenya anymore. A Tanzanian nondescript activist was abducted the other day. She spoke good English with an accent, and we have doubts whether she's actually Tanzanian. Then she told Jeff Koinange Live that the driver of her abduction vehicle was not even Kenyan. He was Tanzanian, fact, or Burundian. She went on to say that Kenya is the safest country in the region, that Tanzanians abduct and kill. This was confusing. Then Kiza Besige was abducted. They claimed he was in Kenya to purchase arms. We doubt it. More so after social media claimed that Justin Muturi's son was planning to buy arms from Jonglei State in South Sudan to aid the Gen Z revolt. And he was doing this in Kenya. In our view, this claim is far-fetched and untrue. Now, Uhuru Kenyatta has told Gen Z to fight for their rights, adding fuel to the root of problem. And by early February, we will know if Babaman, who is older than the United Nations, will go to the AU. Like the four explorers, Kenya is in a confused cave, and one student must be eaten. Who will it be?